Hey everyone! We are working to hit 1,000 subscribers and I need your help to get there. If you enjoy the content and it is your first time here, please hit that subscribe button right now as we proceed. Hold on to your seats, baseball fans, because what I'm about to reveal is absolutely mind-blowing. The Toronto Blue Jays are on the verge of pulling off what could be the most underrated heist in recent baseball history, and nobody's talking about it yet. While everyone's been obsessing over free agency signings and blockbuster trades, the Jays front office has been quietly cooking up something absolutely explosive that could transform their entire championship window. This isn't just another rumor, this is a legitimate pathway to World Series glory that's hiding in plain sight. Picture this, it's a crisp February morning, and while most teams are settling into spring training with their rosters basically set, the Blue Jays are about to make a move so brilliant, so perfectly calculated, that baseball analysts are going to be kicking themselves for not seeing it coming. We're talking about Houston Astros relief pitcher Bryan Abru, a 28-year-old flamethrower who just put together a career year that has opposing batters waking up in cold sweats. And here's the kicker, the Jays could snag him without breaking the bank or gutting their farm system. Let me paint the picture of just how insane this opportunity is. Bryan Abru isn't just some middle-of-the-road reliever looking for a change of scenery. This man is an absolute weapon on the mound. Last season, he posted a jaw-dropping 2.28 ERA across 70-plus appearances for the Astros. But it gets even better. His peripherals, those advanced stats that really show you what a pitcher is made of, are absolutely off the charts. We're talking about a guy who averages 9 to 7 miles per hour on his fastball, strikes out batters at an elite rate, and generates whiffs like a magician pulling rabbits out of a hat. Now, you might be thinking, okay, sounds great, but what makes this a steal? Well, buckle up because this is where it gets juicy. Abru is entering his final year of arbitration, meaning he's owed around $5 to $6 million for the season. That's pocket change in today's baseball economy. More importantly, he becomes a free agent after this year, which means the Astros might be looking to cash in on him now rather than lose him for nothing later. It's the perfect storm of circumstances for a trade, and the Blue Jays would be absolute fools not to pounce on this opportunity. Let's talk about what the Blue Jays bullpen looks like right now because this is crucial to understanding why Abru is the missing piece of the puzzle. Sure, they've got Jeff Hoffman, who's solid but not exactly setting the world on fire. They signed Tyler Rogers in free agency, a crafty veteran who gets outs but isn't going to blow anyone away with pure stuff. Jimmy Garcia is coming back, which is fantastic news, but here's the problem. This bullpen desperately lacks a high-octane, strikeout artist who can blow fastballs past hitters in crucial situations. They lost Chad Green to free agency, and suddenly there's a gaping hole where a dominant power arm should be. Enter Bryan Abru, stage left, throwing absolute heat and making professional hitters look like they're swinging pool noodles. This guy had a 2.39 FIP last season, which for those who don't live and breathe advanced metrics, means he was even better than his already spectacular ERA suggests. He racked up 7 saves, proving he can handle high-pressure situations. His stuff is so nasty that he ranks in the 90th percentile for fastball velocity. We're not talking about a one-year wonder here either. Abru has put together back-to-back fantastic seasons with over 70 games pitched each year. The consistency, the durability, the sheer dominance, it's all there. But here's where this gets absolutely fascinating from a strategic standpoint. Remember when Blue Jays GM Ross Atkins hinted that Jeff Hoffman isn't necessarily locked into the closer role? That comment flew under the radar at the time, but now it makes perfect sense. Imagine a scenario where Bryan Abru becomes your lights-out closer, throwing triple-digit heat in the 9th inning while Hoffman slides into a setup role where he might actually thrive even more. Add Tyler Rogers and Jimmy Garcia into the mix, and suddenly you've got one of the most formidable late-inning combinations in all of baseball. Now let's talk turkey about what it would actually cost to acquire Abru. This is where Blue Jays fans should be getting really excited because the price tag is shockingly reasonable. The Astros need outfielders, and guess what? The Jays have outfielders coming out of their ears. We're talking about guys like Nathan Lukes, Davis Schneider, or even Joey Loperfido, who actually came up through the Houston system originally. Talk about full circle. Any of these players could headline a package, maybe paired with a mid-tier prospect, and boom, You've got yourself an elite reliever without sacrificing any of your everyday stars or top prospects. Think about the logic here for a second. The Blue Jays have so much outfield depth that some legitimately talented players can't even crack the everyday lineup. Nathan Lukes showed flashes of brilliance but is stuck behind a logjam. Davis Schneider had his moments, but the team clearly has bigger plans with other players. Joey Loperfido, the ultimate wild card, knows the Astros organization inside and out. Any of these guys would give Houston a controllable piece they can plug into their lineup, while the Jays get a proven commodity who immediately upgrades their championship aspirations. Let's zoom out and look at the bigger picture, because this potential move doesn't exist in a vacuum. The Blue Jays had an absolutely fascinating offseason. Did they land Kyle Tucker in a trade? No, and that stung. Did they sign Roki Sasaki? Nope, lost out there too. But here's what people aren't talking about enough. They landed Shota Imanaga, a legitimate ace-caliber starter. They're bringing back Anthony Santander, who smashed 44 home runs last season and provides exactly the kind of right-hand power they desperately needed. The rotation looks completely revamped and infinitely more stable than last year's patchwork staff. Speaking of the rotation, let's appreciate how much better it is compared to last year's disaster. For most of 2025, the Jays were without key arms. Shane Bieber was recovering from injury. Yusei Kikuchi was inconsistent. The entire pitching infrastructure was held together with duct tape and prayers. Fast forward to now, and they've got Bieber healthy for a full season, Imanaga as a legitimate ace, Jose Berrios who's proven he can be a workhorse, and suddenly this rotation looks downright formidable. Here's something that should terrify the rest of the American League East: projection systems are sleeping on the Blue Jays. The ZiPS projection system actually has them finishing first in the division, and while people might scoff at computer predictions, the underlying logic is sound. If George Springer can have even a league-average season instead of the decline everyone expects, that's huge. If Santander replicates his power numbers, that's massive. If Imanaga pitches like the ace he was in Japan, the Jays could legitimately run away with the division. The Yankees still have Aaron Judge, sure, but their supporting cast took a step back. The Orioles added Peter Gonzalez and made moves, but are they really that much better than Toronto's improved roster? The Red Sox are still the Red Sox, perpetually promising but rarely delivering. The Rays are doing their usual poverty franchise thing, trying to win with smoke and mirrors. The Blue Jays, on the other hand, are loaded with talent top to bottom, and adding Brian Abru could be the move that pushes them over the edge. Imagine the playoff roster if this trade goes through. Your starting rotation features Imanaga, Bieber, Berrios, and 2 more competent arms. Your lineup has Vladimir Guerrero Jr. anchoring the middle alongside Bo Bichette, with Santander providing thunder and Springer still capable of clutch moments. Then your bullpen, oh man, your bullpen becomes an absolute nightmare for opposing hitters. Abru in the 9th, Hoffman in the 8th, Garcia and Rogers in the 7th, and suddenly you've got a 4-inning fortress that's nearly impenetrable. The timing couldn't be more perfect either. The regular season is creeping closer, spring training is about to kick into high gear, and front offices are making their final moves before rosters are locked in. The Astros know they need to maximize Abru's value now or risk losing him for nothing in free agency. The Blue Jays know they're one piece away from having a truly elite bullpen. It's a match made in baseball heaven, and all it takes is one phone call between GMs to make it happen. Let's not forget the intangible factors here too. Brian Abru is 28 years old, right in his prime, and has shown zero signs of regression. His arm hasn't been overworked or abused. He's got playoff experience from pitching with Houston. He's proven he can handle the pressure of meaningful games in September and October. You're not taking a gamble on some reclamation project or hoping a veteran can rediscover his form. You're getting a pitcher who's ascending, not descending, and that's invaluable. The Blue Jays have been criticized for not going all in this offseason, for playing it too safe, for not making the splash moves everyone expected. But maybe, just maybe, they're playing chess while everyone else is playing checkers. Maybe the front office understands that one elite reliever can be more valuable than overpaying for a big-name free agent. Maybe they've identified exactly what their team needs and they're about to execute the plan flawlessly. And when Brian Abru is slamming the door shut on opponents in October, saving crucial playoff games. Everyone's going to wonder how the Blue Jays pulled off such a heist. This is the kind of move that defines championship windows. Not the flashy signings that dominate headlines, but the smart, calculated acquisitions that fill specific needs and maximize roster construction. Brian Abru checks every single box: elite stuff, proven performance, affordable contract, and available at a reasonable trade cost. If the Blue Jays don't make this happen, they're going to regret it when some other contender swoops in and steals this opportunity. So there you have it, folks. The Toronto Blue Jays are sitting on a golden opportunity to transform their bullpen and solidify their status as legitimate World Series contenders. Brian Abru is the real deal, the trade cost is manageable, and the timing is absolutely perfect. This could be the move that everyone looks back on in October and says, that's when the Blue Jays became unstoppable. If you're as fired up about this potential trade as I am, smash that like button right now. Drop a comment below and let me know, should the Blue Jays go all in on Brian Abru, and who would you be willing to trade to make it happen? Nathan Lukes? Davis Schneider? Joey Loperfido? I want to hear your thoughts. And if you're not already subscribed to this channel, what are you even doing? Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications because we're bringing you daily Blue Jays content that you absolutely cannot miss. The off-season is heating up, trades are coming, and you need to stay locked in with us for every single development. Let's go.